At Opiweka, he spotted a man with broad shoulder and pot belly, smiling while waving at him. "Nah, you be Igbo boy. Nah, you be Ken." That was Oga Oster. "Yes, sir." "Good. Tomorrow we go market. Better keep your head straight." The next morning began at 5:30 a.m. Augusta's deep voice echoed through the boys' room. "Ken, wake up, go fetch water. Then, go collect gas from Obunike Road." His uncle had arranged an apprenticeship with Augusta Ude, a respectable but staying dealer of kitchenwares at Onitsha Market, Onitsha. Oster had no biological sons, but his boys were many. At the shop, Ken barely had time to learn anything about the business. His job quickly became clear. He was the messenger, the errand boy. He fetched food for the senior apprentice, ironed Oga's clothes, picked up supplies, far off warehouses, and paid light bills. Everyone called him small boy, even the younger apprentice. He waited each day, watching others arrange goods, speak with customers, and handle money. When he tried to linger at the counter to observe, he would hear, "Ken, go and bring my wife's phone from the house. Have you washed the car? Why is my shoe still dusty?" At night, he returned to the boys' room, exhausted. He smiled faintly, whispering, "One day, my shop will open." But deep down, the dream was already sleeping. Years passed. Ken was now 21, but still doing the same chores. When he wasn't at the house scrubbing the compound or escorting madam to the saloon, he was rushing between warehouses with cartons on his head. "Oga say make I wait here." He was the boy everyone sent, but no one remembered. One day, Ken summoned the courage to speak up. "Oga beg, I won't begin the learn the sales too. Make I sabi how to dey handle customers." Augusta laughed loudly. "You? Sales? You no even sabi calculate change. Abeg, carry this list go Nteje. My in-law dey wait." That was the end of the conversation. At that moment, Ken understood something cruel. He was never seen as an apprentice. He was just useful, disposable. One evening, Auntie Amaka, Oga Oster's younger sister, called Ken aside. She had just returned from Lagos and was surprised to see Ken still running errands after nearly 5 years. "You have not been settled," frowning. "No ma, I still dey under Oga," he answered softly. She shook her head. "Now wow, you get patience so some boys for don japa." That night, she gave him 16,000 naira. It was more money that he had heard at once in months. Ken bought a second-hand phone with it, and during quiet night, he watched YouTube videos on business, sales, and Igbo trade systems. He started keeping records for himself. Prices, demand trends, and names of suppliers. In his heart, he still believed, maybe if I start showing initiative, Oga go see say I ready. But in Oster's word, initiative was irrelevant. Loyalty was currency. And in Oster's eyes, Ken was still the errand boy. On a hot Wednesday, Augusta announced a small celebration at the shop. "We go do small send-off for this boy," he said, pointing at Ken. Him don't complete 5 years. Ken's heart raced. Could this be it? Settlement day? The event was brief. Madam brought rice in coolers and a few market neighbors attended. Oster cleared his throat. Ken try for house. He lawyer. He no give wahala. But make we talk through. He no learn market. He no be apprentice. He be houseboy. The silence was thunderous. Ken froze, his eyes wide. Then Oster continued. "I go give him 30,000 naira to go back village, make him go start small thing. He be good boy." Ken didn't speak. Tears streamed down his face. 5 years. 5 years for this? The next day, with his small bag, Ken boarded the bus to Obo. Ken had nothing to show. No stock, no shop, no skills, just memories of errands and voices shouting his name every 5 minutes. At first, no one believed his story. You lie, Osta no fit do you like that. His mother, too ashamed to speak, simply hugged him tightly and said, God will judge. Ken locked himself in the room for 3 days, sleeping, crying, and waking with pounding headaches. He had nothing, not even a plan. Eventually, hunger forced Ken out. He borrowed 10,000 naira from his uncle and started hawking small kitchen tools at Nkwo Market. With the little experience he had observed, he managed to convince some traders to let him sell on credit. It was humiliating. People pointed, "Now that boy, we Augusta dump. So him no learn anything." Still, Ken swallowed the shame and pressed on. Every sale, every little profit was a form of healing. Life was far from comfortable, but he could feel something stirring: independence. 2 months in, Ken had saved small amount of money. He bought a small umbrella table and started selling in front of a busy junction near Ezinifite. His customer service stood out, polite, fast, always smiling. One afternoon, a trader from Ochanja stopped by. "Wait, no be you be Ken from Osta shop?" "Yes sir." "Chai, you still the hustle. I like that. Bring 2 cartons from Onitsha for me next week." It was the first real bulk order of his life. That evening, Ken treated himself with a place of isiewu at Mama Nkechi's joint. I go make am. Not the way I planned, but I go make am. By the end of the year, Ken had moved into a small self-count room in Ezinifite. His store had a branded umbrella, K Mba Traders, and people had started calling him Ken Accessories. His old master, Osta, passed through the village one day. He saw the name. He had the shatter. He was surprised. Someone later told Ken, "Your former Oga looked surprised that you still survive." Ken smiled. "Surprise, the sweet past revenge," he replied. For the first time in years, he slept peacefully on a bed he bought with his own money. He expanded his small kitchenwares business to Nkwo. He also had plans of getting a store in main market Onitsha. One of his neighbors asked him, "Where your Oga?" Ken laughed. "God settled me. God na my Oga." But this was the true sentiment. And it wasn't given, it was earned.